You know that feeling you get when you go and pour your big bowl of cereal out, you go num 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 num, can't wait for this, and then you open the door to the fridge and there's no milk? That's how that referee made me feel.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious, and I will defend.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992, and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video, as you can tell with that deliciously clickbaity title, we're here for another fan recap. Rangers in Europe under Stevie G. The winning continues, another clean sheet. There's so much to talk about, but before we get there, if you don't mind smashing that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's not wait for anyone else to do it, let's just continue to smash it. And obviously I think we're like 50, 60 away from 20k, which is just frightening to me. I just don't even know how to put it into words. So obviously you guys that smash like buttons and drop comments each and every single day, that's built the channel to where it's at, and it's to be so close to 20,000, it's just frightening. I don't know, but yeah, thank you so much. I'm so awkward right now. And yeah, let's just get to this, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Rangers 1, UEFA? UEFA? I don't know. 0, right? To be honest with you, they were poor outfit, let's be fair. They just dug in, done foul throws, got a lot of referee decisions. That's about it from them. Rangers, it was quite a frustrating night. I know we've won and I know it's another clean sheet and there's so much positivity about that, and yes, that's exactly where my head is. I'm liking this winning thing. No, I'm not getting bored of it, but I just feel like we really missed an opportunity to put 2 or 3 goals by this lot, and we probably should have, looking at the level of opposition. I think if we had just raised our game offensively, I thought we created enough opportunities in the width to get by them. We just didn't have that end product there, and I think if we did, we could have scored an absolute barrel load. So as happy as I am with the 1-0 result, there's still a little bit of frustration in there. I'm quite disappointed that we didn't put this tie to bed, because let's be fair, they did not give anything for us to worry about. Apart from that one chance round about the 90th minute where they had that kind of like cross and their defender almost got to it, and then he was rolling about going like this. So the referee goes, can you just scoot off the park and we'll get you some medicine? And he just jumps up, screams at the referee and jogs off without any limp. Yeah, he's solid. I think it was actually a pretty solid team performance. Like I say, I am disappointed overall that we didn't score enough goals, but I think as a team it was another solid performance. I think we're just getting better. You can see everyone works for each other and I really rate that. Couple of key standout performers though, if I'm being honest with you, just to go through them quickly because I know it is so late at night. Connor Goldson once again just bossing it. Obviously ended up getting the goal with a strong header, and to be honest, there was about 3 or 4 occasions when he was in and around the box. The man can cross it, the man can defend, the man scores goals. What can't he do? For me, I'm being honest, he's the best defender in the Scottish game right now, and there's no one close to him, apart from Katic. And I know even when I say these types of things, I'm still doing the guy a disservice. I can't explain to you, if you didn't watch the game or you couldn't manage to make it or anything like that, how much he strolls these games. I don't think I've ever seen him out of second gear. Did I just do the Friends thing? Oh, for Moving on for Connor Goldson, the whole defence was actually pretty solid. But let's jump out to another key standout performer for me, and that is going to be none other than Ryan effing Jack. Again, he was just a faultless performance. There was key stages where the occasional counter-attack they did have, he hit this beautiful like backwards header, like it was going over him. He was the last defender because they were countering from a corner, and he just done like this beautifully cushioned back header when he wasn't even facing that way, you know what I mean? He was facing our goals, but he had enough awareness to go like that and just headed it beautifully for Tav, who was sprinting back. And that's just awareness you can't teach, and that's just a general in the middle of the park. And he's not just like the big tackler or anything, doesn't he just sweep up and pass sideways? There was 3 or 4 minutes later, he does a nice quick 1-2 away from a defender, does a no-look slide-in pass for Morelos, who was unlucky not to score, and probably on another day he probably would have. And that was the wee kind of thing with Ryan Jack, isn't he? Just a defender. You can't put Jack in just a wee box and say, oh, he's this. He's got everything in his game, and that is why you hear Stevie G talk him up in press conferences after press conferences, because he puts in performances. And I think even his performance today went slightly underneath the radar, but this is a midfield type performance we've needed for a very long time, and we're getting it each and every single week, so let's not get bored of it. The last standout performer for me personally is actually going to be none other than Ajaya. I've been on the channel a couple of times, I think 2 times, and I've said I've been quite disappointed with him, like when he's wee fancy flicks and everything like that. I've been very, very disappointed, especially against Aberdeen. I thought he was just had his worst game. This was by far his best game in a Rangers shirt. He was absolutely fantastic. For me, as much as I love Ryan Jack's performance and as much as I love Connor Goldson, Ajaya was my man of the match. and I honestly mean that. He cut out half of his fancy skill moves that he didn't need today. It was a very grown-up performance. He was a lot closer to Ryan Jack. The way the midfield actually worked, Ryan Jack was always beside him. I don't know if that gave him more confidence, because he cut out the BS. He just looked strong, he looked composed, whether he's hitting it left, he's hitting it right, if he's even beating a man or just ghosting by someone. He'd done everything, and I'm going to give a special wee shout out to him, because like I said, I've not been 100% sold on him. If anything, he's probably one of the weakest transfers in my opinions that we've actually brought in. But today, he showed that he's more than capable of pulling on that Rangers jersey, and I cannot wait for any more performances like that, because it was absolutely outstanding. A couple of little things I want to talk about in the Wift, because I thought Ryan Kent had a solid game where he ran defensively. In fact, let's put Candeas and Ryan Kent in the same sort of window, because they're exactly the same type of players. Very, very hard working. They get back, they defend. If both of them's out the squad, I think you would notice a massive difference. But they have got one key fault which continues to annoy me, because they probably should have been in the man of the match discussion, but they get by their man, right? They do so well defensively, and when they go offensively, they beat their men, they beat them. They just need to get the end product, but sadly, it just wasn't the day for either one of them, so that was a wee bit disappointing on that front. But it's coming there. Ryan Kent, I'm not one of these guys that's writing him off. There is something there, and I just wish one of these ends where he cuts inside and hits one of those long rangers. All we need for one of them to go in, and I think he'll absolutely tear up the league. And honestly, that's my opinions on the game. There was a couple of other solid performances, but to keep it on the shorter side, because it's going to be uploaded so late at night, those were the three that really stood out to me. How did you feel about the game? Who stood out for you? Who disappointed you? What did you think overall of the match? On speaking of UEFA as well, how were they just able to they foul throws all the time? Could somebody explain that to me in the comment section? That would be tremendous. And also, how did we not get 3 penalties in that game? Especially 2. Like the one where Middleton, the referee says Lafferty handballed it or something, when it was the guy in red that handballed it. You know what I mean? He gave it against Kyle Lafferty when we ran down and got a penalty because he shot it and didn't want to give away the penalty. Lafferty didn't even touch it. And another one where Daniel Candeas takes a wee touch away from the defender hits him, and no penalty. So that was disappointing. But again, I'm not going to just blame the ref, even though he was dreadful, like awful. I missed beating. He was absolutely awful. We should have put that game to bed, and we had the chances. We had all the possession. We needed to break them down. But again, we'll improve on that in the offensive front, and we'll move on. But another clean sheet, another solid performance as we go into the second leg, where I'm actually still pretty confident, of being honest with you. I believe in this team. What about you? Make sure you let me know in the comment section below. I'm about to jump over to Twitter, but before we do that, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Also, do you like this intro better, like my old intro, or do you want the last intro back? Put in the comment section if you don't mind. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, sponsor break! The poll has been up 12 minutes and it's already got 658 votes. That's absolutely amazing. So 650... Right, so already got up 660... Right. 600 odds is the like target to beat, so let's make sure we're doing that, not surrendering to Twitter. 2% votes for other... 11% votes for Jack, 28% votes for Connor Goldson, but 59% of the people votes for Ajaya as the man of the match, which is a massive turnaround. This could be a class comment section. Ross Watson, oh no. Can I just say, since Lee Wallace was announced on the bench, he's been relentless. Ref was abysmal, but the legend has returned. This is the greatest day in football history. Hashtag welcome back Wallace. This also means that my man of the match is Lee Wallace. Alex Horn says referee was an absolute disgrace in the game. The lads did themselves proud, and at the end of the day, a win's a win. On to Motherwell. I like that, mate. Keeps the positivity. And again, hopefully this video doesn't seem like I'm very negative. I'm actually pretty tired, but I just feel like we should have scored more in that game, so I'm a wee bit frustrated about that. I just constantly want us to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Ewan McKenzie said Goldson was unbelievable, has to be him. Ian Graham said would have loved a goal or two, but at least we got the win and another clean sheet. Thought Ajaya and Kent had their best games for us. Ref was poor as per, hopefully finish the job next week. Logan RFC 1872 says Ajaya, he's been up and down since his arrival, but seems to have kicked the twinkle toe crap to the curb and concentrated on being a rock in the midfield, which I really rate. Shout out to Logan for that one. Slapsy, Middleton had more quality in a 50-minute cameo than Kent had all game. Steve Payton says Ajaya had his best game in a long time, but Goldson was solid yet again. Mega Mike says, Jaya is definitely looking more of a player these days and for me has edged it tonight. Confident and assured going forward. Great touch and dribbling. Tracking back to win loose balls. Definitely man of the match for me. And the last two that I'll read out come from Jack McKean. Says, Jaya didn't give the ball away once. And Alan Warnock says, both Jack and Jaya was outstanding tonight. Galton was a rock at the back. Think UEFA? I can't say the name, just leave me. Are in for some throw-in practice. Yeah, they were absolutely dreadful. So, and let's leave it there, shall we, with the people's opinion right there. Make sure you let me know in the comment section below. Special wee shout out to Middleton. He just came on and just ran out wide, crossed the ball. You know what he wants to do. He's so direct. I love it. It reminds me so much as when Chris Burke first burst on the scene. Do you remember this? I always remember, I used to be so excited. I used to say to my dad, I was like, who's this wee ginger guy? He's just running it wide and crossing it. I like it. Middleton seems to be doing that, and hopefully he can go on and have a fantastic career for us, pushing for that starting spot. Also, we shout out to Big Gary, who was obviously in the charity match. He did end up having a heart attack today and he's in hospital. I went to visit him. Batchy spent the last 9 hours with him. Batchy's just one of the good guys. Gary's resting up, he's feeling better, he was up speaking and everything like that, so we shout out to Big Gary. All the Rangers fans are thinking of you. Quick little thing, Gary was so annoyed about him having a heart attack today because he was going to miss the Rangers game that he was asking the nurses for like their Wi-Fi password so he could get a dodgy stream on his phone to watch the Rangers game. Is that not just a Rangers legend? Shout out to him, hopefully he recovers very, very soon. Stay strong. I've been CJNova92, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.